Michael, glad for it to be finally here at last?
Yeah, pretty much. I think obviously it's been a long season, but we've given ourselves a fantastic opportunity over 2 games initially, and or hopefully 3 games to get promoted.
How do you feel about facing Sunderland out of all the teams you could have faced?
I've got an open mind. I think I said it before. The last couple of games of the season wasn't really too concerned who we faced. Ultimately, the reality is, you would have played any of the teams twice already this year. You know their strengths and weaknesses. They certainly know ours. I think we're a pretty dangerous team, and we go into it really looking forward to it rather than worrying who the opposition are.
Because it is 2 legs to decide it, do you approach the first leg very differently to what you would a normal league fixture?
Probably not, if I'm being honest. I think for me, if you win the 2 games, makes it just dead simple, and our attitude will be to try and win both games. Obviously, it'll be a huge game at home with fans back in the stadium. Hopefully that'll be enough to give us a lift to get over the line, and then obviously going to the stadium and lie, listen to our away record this year is probably, I think it is the best in the league this year, I believe, so we've got nothing to fear.
Yeah, having that home game first, having fans back in, what does that mean to you? You've obviously experienced it, but a lot of your players haven't experienced it.
No, I mean, me personally, it'd be fantastic. I've missed it. I've missed the anticipation that goes to going into games, and that feeling you get at the end of the game when you've won and you've got the 3 points, and you show your appreciation to the fans. I've missed that. I think that we've got a young group of players who will hopefully thrive on that. We've only had a couple of very, very small experiences this year, one at Shrewsbury in the Papa John's and one at Northampton away. And luckily, they were 2 very, very good games for us, and we scored lots of goals and we were exciting, and hopefully we're the same.
As I said, players like Morgan Rogers and Brennan Johnson, are they the kind of players you expect to thrive in those circumstances?
I think so, because they are big time players, or certainly they've got the pedigree and the potential to be big time players, and the reality is, there'll be a lot sort of riding on their shoulders, and I think they'll enjoy that and they'll thrive on it, because if they're going to be successful and they're going to sort of go on in their career in the way that I think they can and should do, then these are the type of games they've got to excel in.
Obviously the first game of the League One playoffs is before yours. Will you watch it just to get an idea and see what's happening and get a feel for the playoffs?
Yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely. There's nothing that Oxford or Blackpool do or approach that I don't know about, but it's always nice to just get a feel and see if they approach anything a little bit differently, or who deals with the nerves a little bit better than the other, because ultimately if we do the job and we're successful with Sunderland, we're going to have to face one of them.
We all know the threats of Sunderland in Charlie Wyke and Aidan McGeady. Do you feel they're a team that if you keep those 2 quiet, you've got a great chance?
Yeah, I think it goes without saying, obviously the amount of goals that Charlie scored and the amount of assists that Aidan's obviously proved. Not just that, he's a top quality player as well, in terms of he can deal with the ball in wide positions, go left, go right, but also he's very, very clever coming off the line as well. So they've got other good players in the team, players who score goals, they can score from range, and as we've seen when Lee first sort of come in, the run they went on, they're capable of winning sort of tight games, and it could be a tight game, could be 2 tight games, and we have to make sure that we're in games in that 70th minute. I keep talking about that because that's where I really think as a group that the youth and the athleticism hopefully will come to the front for us.